I've been using the new X1 credit card for about 4 months now, and I finally redeemed a bunch of points, and I wanted to go over that with you to show you what that's like and what the actual return rate is for your points to see if it's as good as they say it is. Now, the X1 card claims that it is the smartest card ever made. It's, of course, pure stainless steel, so it's heavy and it feels cool. You get between 2 times and 4 times the normal points on every purchase. They claim you get a higher spending limit than most cards, and you have a $0 annual fee. It also has smart features like being able to automatically expire these virtual cards that you create, so you can try that like free trial of the thing, put in your credit card number, and never worry about getting charged. That's pretty cool. Those virtual cards also allow you to spend anonymously without having to put out like your real card number, because you can just create a card and make a purchase, and then that card just dies. It floats out into the ether and you never have to worry about it. The credit limit that you're given is based on your actual income and not so much on your credit history. And so they claim that it's up to 5 times higher than the kind of standard way that you would get a credit limit. Plus, they make it even more appealing because it's just exclusive. It's hard to get one of these things. All right, enough chit chat. Let's redeem some points here. So what I did was I went into the app, and I'll put this up on the screen so you can see it just like I see it here. And I saw that I have a little over 15,000 points. So 15,656 points. And then you can go in here and apply different boosts to different purchases to kind of get more points. And I had done that several times so that I had as many points as possible. That was kind of my goal here, was in this first 4 months, do everything and leverage everything in the way that I can to get the most points. So here I am using this boost to get an extra 400 points on my next purchase that's over a certain spending limit, which I did. I went and bought a new camera that I'm recording this video on now. How does it look? How do I look? Besides desperately needing a haircut and a shave, how do I look? So let's use some points. What you can do is go in here and pick a specific merchant that has a little bit of a better sort of ratio of paying off points than others. And so I picked Amazon, and then I just picked the biggest possible one that I could find that has the most potential payoff. And so I can use up all those points as fast as possible. So it kind of incentivizes you to do this because it's giving you these merchants as people that they recommend you using. They've clearly partnered with them, and you have an incentive to both shop with them and then redeem your points with them, because you get a better, whatever that's called, transfer rate, or you get a better rate for your points than if you just take them in cash. So all these select merchants are 1 cent of value, 1 cent per point. That meant that I had about $150 worth of value with some of those select merchants. So I went in and used 14,981 points to get an instant statement credit of $107 and a penny. So my Amazon purchase that I just did a little redemption for is less than 1 cent per point. And then if you don't want to mess around with that, then you can just go ahead and do other options, which is 0.7 cents per point. So I can come in here and look at other options if I want to go ahead and redeem some of those points for more purchases. Now for me, I spend a lot of money at Amazon with this card and not so much money with their few select merchants, unfortunately, because those are the best kind of transfer rate at 1 cent per point. So I'll go ahead and just pick this one that I had for $39.94. I'll use 5,591 points for it, and we'll call it good. Let's do the math on that really quick and see what exactly the rate is for Amazon. I redeemed $39.94 for 5,591 points, which puts us at a transfer rate, a rate of redemption of 7.14 cents per point. So slightly better than cashback, not a lot better, but a little tiny bit better than cashback. So does the X1 card deliver on its promise of giving you 2 to 4 times more points than a traditional card? It's pretty standard nowadays to expect 2% cashback. That's not anything too out of the ordinary. That's not something that's super crazy. And so let's see how the X1 card measures up. Now I spent a total of $6,590 on this card since I've had it, which is way too much money. And my total points were 20,572, which means I got a little over 3 points per dollar spent. Now I redeemed all of those points for money at Amazon. And as we know, because we just did the math, I got basically 7.14 cents on the dollar for those points. And as you saw, the total value of everything that I've redeemed so far for points has been worth $146.95. So if we do a little bit more math and divide that by the total amount I've spent, then we can see that the actual total points percentage rate that you get back in terms of redeemable cash back, if you did what I did, is 2.23%. I would say 1.5% is kind of subpar for rewards credit cards. 2% back is probably kind of on the upper end of normal, and anything more than 2% is really great. If you hit 3 or 4%, then you're doing really, really well. And so the X1 card is slightly better than average, I would say. But there's one glaring issue here with the way that I did this. I also have an Amazon Prime Visa card. And that card specifically is made for being used at Amazon, and it gives you 5% back at Amazon.com, at physical Amazon stores, and at Whole Foods. Not that I really shop at Whole Foods ever. But the point is that if you're doing what I'm doing, you should be using the Amazon Prime card because you're getting 5% back instead of 2.2% back. I took that hit because I love you, because I want to make these videos. I want you to know what the deal is with these credit cards and what's the best one. And so if you're a heavy Amazon shopper, the best card for you is still the Amazon Prime Visa. If you'd rather have one card that's more interesting, that has more features, that does all the virtual stuff, and that allows you to shop at multiple different places, not just at Amazon or at some other specialty retailer that issues its own credit card, then the X1 card could still be good for you. But the problem with that also is that then you have to try and find somebody with an invite to get on the list and get in. Now, it's possible to get the card without getting on somebody's specific referral code invite list kind of shortcut, because that's what I did. You can go to X1 Card's website and you can just join the list and wait patiently, but if you can find somebody else with one, skip the line, go for it. I still like the card. I'm using it as basically my business account, and I find that it is really easy to use, and I really like the sort of generating the subscription only card feature, because I can even have one specific virtual card for each subscription that I'm using. To make these videos for you, I have like 5 different subscriptions to different services, and so I can separate them out really simply, do the accounting really easy, because I can know this card is for that one, this card is for this one, but it's technically all under the umbrella of the X1 card. So it's all in the X1 app, and it's really easy to track, even though it's technically different cards. So it's very, very clean. You know, I'm not an organized person, but I realized how like nerdy and organized that sounds. If you really like digital organization, maybe the X1 card is for you. The secret comment word for this video is pure stainless steel, and I would love for you to use that in a way that is really silly. So if you like the video, you learned something new, you're interested in the X1 card, or you just think that digital organization is interesting, then leave me a comment with pure stainless steel in it, which will be conspicuous to anyone else who doesn't make it to the end of the video and see us talking about this here. If you want to watch that initial video of the X1 card and get all the features in detail, it's right here. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.